Welcome, Anil Master, for today's session, day 7 of enlightenment through kids. Today's session, the speaker is Anil Master. As you all might have already got the introduction about Anil Master, we are all very fortunate to have you here, Anil Master. Those of you who haven't attended previous session or did not get a chance to know who Anil Master is, he is one of the main pillars of Way to Moksha. Anuma, Shalini Master, Anil Master. So these are the main pillars, and you get to learn different topics in very different, unique ways by each one of them, in their style and in their unique way. That it's all very different that you get to learn from all the three of them. So they from through them we get to learn a lot, and from Anil Master, he is such a sweet and lovable person. He's like heart centered, so much in present, and very blissful. If you talk to him, you will just forget about all your worries. Just with a beautiful smile and sweet talk, you will forget all your issues and worries, and everything will be sorted with just being yourself and being happy, being in the present moment, and being just conscious. Awareness is what he teaches mainly, and he is a energy healer as well. So that's another added benefit for us, getting everything healed through the energies. And he has different techniques, and he's actually a professional practicer of that. So we got an additional help for all of us. And he's actually mainly he used to do a lot of kids meditations as well. So the kids meditation, he's a pro at it. And whoever have attended Anil Master sessions, they will just fall in love with the way he takes us through his meditations. So we are so fortunate to have you, Anil Master. Thank you so much for being here and taking today's session.
Oh, thank you, Master. Oh, that's such a nice, introduction. Krishnarpanam. I already had my dinner. Otherwise, I could have skipped my dinner because my tummy is full. On the, you know, funny side of it. I think after going through our speaker Kush,
Yeah.
listening to it,
Yeah.
isn't
Oh
it?
my God, right?
Yeah, isn't it? That is exactly, the session, maybe all 7 days, 6 days. We talked about the same thing in a different way from the parent standpoint, right? But hearing from next gen kid and listening, it's actually a flip. What to talk, what not to talk with the kids, when to say, when not to say. I think there are few things I can point it out, right? Values. Yeah, studies, what if tomorrow everyone is given all the money they need to live happily? What is the importance of the studies, right? Do I need to go to the job? Unless I have a passion, I go to a job, but I don't have to go to a job for money because money is given, everything is given, right? Then, if that is the case, the values is what is our core. And I think from the soul standpoint, right, when we born on this planet, there are two or three things that we came for. We strive to uphold the truth. We strive to continue to be unconditional love. Some of those things, right? I think those are the values. Those are the values. But even if we go to the temple or if we pray, what are the values that God or Goddess is actually influencing us to go to them? I think those are the values, right? We need to focus on daily basis. And talking to the kids, uh, even the kid from Australia, I know your name may not be Mahashweta, maybe your name, maybe your parents' name. I think some of the questions, right? Other people tease us, right? But isn't it what we are learning throughout this life? Whatever I learned, I'm unlearning through the meditation or in other way. Who cares what the other people think about me? Yes, socially we will defend, but their value has nothing to do with it, right? It's their perception of me. But we should not even give, any, yeah, any significance to it. But we will validate it. Is there anything I need to learn? But once that check is passed, then that's their point of view, right? How many times, when we grow up, how many times we change our opinion because somebody said, Anil, you are soft, you are too soft, right? And then all of a sudden, I started becoming too soft. Then I realized, no, that's not me. That's other people projecting me, their point of view. But I am different, right? Maybe how many times you see you are just like your mom or you are just like your dad, right? You see how the projection happens. But anyway, I don't want to spend too much other than appreciating the wisdom, the clear how the life at each stage, especially undergrad at the colleges, and the spectrum is too wide. And if there are few things, right, started doing the meditation, though Kush doesn't really, uh, focus on that. But did you notice he writes the journaling? Meditation mean, one thing, but the journaling, identifying, right, what kind of thoughts, emotions, how is my day, what went well, what did not went well. If we write it, that is our story. If any of us write it for 60 days, 90 days, we know what are the top two items that we can work on. Anyway, I was so excited, so I keep on going, but let me pause there, expressing on behalf of everyone. Thank you,
Yeah,
Kush, and we are sending, our love to you. Keep rocking. All
yeah,
right.
Anil Master. Yeah, we will start with book reading, and uh,
Oh, yeah,
if
sure.
you want, yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
Shivani garu, yeah, please.
Okay. Lessons from my mother. Children should be encouraged to help with household chores from a young age. For example, tasks like cleaning the house, arranging flowers in the prayer room, helping prepare snacks or meals, and cleaning utensils can be shared responsibilities. When children take part in these activities, they develop a sense of responsibility and understand the value of teamwork. Parents can set an example by participating in these tasks with love and dedication. Children learn from their parents, and these lessons shape their habits and mindset. By doing these tasks together, families grow closer and children develop a strong work ethic and respect for their environment. Children, especially when they are young, should spend time with their parents. Parents should avoid sending young children away, whether for long periods or to a different country, as the bond between parent and child is crucial for their emotional development. It is important for parents to be present and involved in their children's lives, as this provides the foundation for their growth and well-being. In the case of children living abroad, it is important to maintain strong family ties. Parents should spend quality time with their children, be present for them, and guide them with love and care. Simple activities like playing, reading books, cooking, and even cleaning together can strengthen the bond between parents and children. It is essential to teach children that they are part of the family team. They should be encouraged to clean their rooms, help with household chores, and take care of their own personal space. This not only teaches them responsibility, but also instills values of respect and care for their surroundings. Through such practices, children learn to contribute to the family and understand the importance of family unity. It is through love, guidance, and shared experiences that they develop into responsible and caring individuals. Thank you. Over to you, Anil Master.
All right. Thank you, Master. I think we covered a lot of ground, and too much is not good for us, right? We need to pick up maybe a couple points. I think we covered a lot, but I'm going to spend maybe 3 points. I would talk about it. The first point is right. As a parents, we need to learn first. Obviously, we need to model to the kids. Maybe if I start at one point, we need to understand what is real, what is not. What is real and what is not real. Or maybe in other words, what is real and what is illusion. For me, always right, using this concept, using a story or leveraging a story is a better way. That way everyone can able to relate it, what it means, right? I go with the story. You being a parent, you have a little girl in your home and maybe 6 years, it doesn't matter how many years, right? And you bought a new house and you are shopping furniture for each of the bedroom, and that day is going to be shopping for your princess. Being a parent, you wanted to buy a furniture, yeah, and then a little one liked the Disney furniture and you purchased it, and they said, yeah, we are going to deliver it maybe next 2 days. The little kid so excited, really looking for that day. You're counting on it. Oh yeah, it's tomorrow. Oh yeah, it's today. At what time they are coming, right? By the time they come, they see, oh no, there is so much snow on the ground. We weren't able to deliver today because it's not safe for us to carry and install it, right? They said sorry and they went. And the little kid started crying and started crying. It always happens when anything comes to me, right? That is the word little kid said. And as a parent, right, we have two options to choose from. One, oh little one, you are crying, it's just a furniture, right? Yes, that's the response. If we are, as a parent, if we are not mindful, that is what it comes out of it. And what it does at that time is, right, we are dismissing the kid's sensitivity to that delay. Yeah. If we are mindful on the other side, we really, talk to them. Baby, your happiness doesn't depend on the furniture being with you at this moment. It's going to come tomorrow because they are going to redeliver it. But don't think that way. I'm going to spend time with you. Without that furniture, you were happy yesterday. Maybe 3 days before the furniture, you did not decide, you were happy. Happiness is core of you. That is the truth. Whatever the things external, if that brings happiness, the same thing can bring other side of the happiness as well. It is okay, you are disappointed, but do not do not tie your happiness to this. Again, I want all of us, right? These things happen day in, day out in our lives. We need to spend the time. One, absolutely, we need to understand, right? Without we practicing it, forget it. Don't even, yeah, try to help or solve the problem. First, we practice it, help the kid to understand even the concept of how the stuff we need to be happiness first. Other things we will enjoy it if it be on today. If not, it comes tomorrow. Again, I think as long as you get that point, yeah, we are good. I don't want it to, spend any much time on that. That's number one. Number two, we all talk about time management, money management, and all. But personally, for me, it's the energy management. If you remember, Kush said, I'm writing that thing. At the end of the day, it's actually managing the energy. What are the things went wrong? What are the things did not? Why? What needs to be course corrected? The outcome of writing it is actually giving an awareness what needs to be course corrected. Once we know what needs to be course corrected, then we started into energy management. Next time when it happened, we can course correct it. We can course correct it how? Once we know our happiness is intact, but if any external thing, if somebody is really commented me in a negative way, then what is that? I know it's what is real, what is not real. Anytime I'm feeling bad or even extra happiness, these are all illusions at one level. Yes, these are the luxuries, especially, if I get a phone, if I get a something. But even if I don't get it, it doesn't make me unhappy. You see how each of these clock things, when we have that clear understanding, then it's very easy to anchor in life. Okay, it's that person's comment. I can reject it, I can disagree, but I can continue to be happiness, continue to be in that mode, right? So my point is, right, as a parents, we need to start doing ourselves managing the energy. When I say managing the energy, I know as a parents, right, spouse and husband, yes, nobody is perfect, and there are different ways to get the things done. And maybe there are the times these two spouse, wife and husband may not get along. That's okay. But when we know there is a conversation, it's going above that certain frequency, then do we at least one of the person need to aware of it? You know what? At this time, it's a conversation. Now it's entering conversation into next level. For me, my energy, my happiness is very important. So I'm stepping back. That's the energy management mean. That doesn't mean if we need to say because we need to uphold the truth, we are going to do that. Doesn't matter. But what we are trying to do here is, right, unnecessary things, drama, we are avoiding it. Can we instill that as a parents? We practicing it and then helping the kids understand. It's not happen simply saying it. It happens when we do that, kids has to see it. Kids has to see it, we continuously do it. Uh, I wanted to tell an example. Maybe we would switch the gears to maybe question and answers because we are already, maybe 90 minutes into the hour.
Anil Master, there are few slides if you want to go over the slides as well. Quick thing.
Yeah,
I will.
sure.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm much familiar. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Mhm. Treating children gently. Yeah, I think again, I go through an example, right? You as a parent, busy working 4 p.m., still calls are happening. The kid came from middle school or elementary. Kid is doing the work. Kid wanted to go out, maybe swimming, and you gave the milk to them. But kid is focusing on the work so that he or she can get into swimming. During that moment, milk spilled. And as a parent, what is our response to it? Our response shapes the kid in two different ways, right? Let me take, a common response, right? Parent can have a reaction based, response. Look what you have done again. How many times I told you to be careful. Now I have to clean this up. Okay, that's the parent response. Then this is what happens from the kid side. Kid freezes. When we have something, right, this is very important from the energetical. When we have an empowering things, we expand. Our field expands it, right? But if something happens, then the shoulders would drop. You can see it. And then kid might quietly say, I'm sorry. But inside, he feels clumsy, afraid of making mistakes. And that might likely lead to he started hiding the accidents inside instead of asking for help. So, if the trend continues, the kid started hiding the things. But if the parent is a mindful, right, and love anchored one, the first thing parent says is, oh, baby, are you okay? Yeah, come, sit here. Oh, glad all is okay. I know you are hungry. I'm giving you another milk, another glass of milk. Let's drink that. Once you are done, we will clean it together. And the lesson there is, right? These are not the words. Remember, words, who cares? Maybe 200, 300, 400 years. Nobody knows what I'm talking. Even I'm talking today's English, it has no meaning to it, right? We all agreed to a common meaning for this word. That's the reason, we able to understand. But we are energy beings, we understand the energy. So when anytime a parent does that lovingly, the kid understands two things, right? One, mistakes are part of learning. And even when I make a mistake, love doesn't disappear, it continues to stay. You see how powerful these are? The parent don't have to say it, but this is what the kid understood from those interactions. All right, yeah, let's move on to the next one, Master. All right, the next one, sibling rivalry. Yeah, this is common thing, right? Maybe family of four, two kids. The older one has an iPhone or maybe a smart device. He or she is into high school, but the little one in the house is only kindergartner or elementary school. And one day the little one comes from the school and then says at the dinner table, "Oh, by the way, this family is doing a meditation or maybe following the way to moksha. They don't switch on the TV. They don't scroll through the mobile while having a dinner." The little girl was talking about it. Hey, all of a sudden I realized everyone in our family has a phone, but I don't. So the parents, right, again, kind of Kush kind of already provided steps for us, all of us, rather than saying no, and then, as a parent, ask them, hey, go ahead and then write down what do you want to use it, what is the main thing and all, that way, as a parent, we don't say no to it, but we would ask how the kid is going to use it, right? They do the research. What benefits does it bring? What is the appropriate age to have it? You ask, right? It's an inspiring activity for the kids go and then they do the research and then they come back and then they tell. Kids are very genuine and authentic. When they do that, right? Even they are the same people, they want that, but after going back and then come back, you see, after their analysis, they say, I don't think I need this one. All I need is maybe watching 30 minutes of my favorite show. That's it, for which I don't need another phone. Can I borrow you? I think that's the fun. If you see that is happening in front of you from the kids, enjoy it. You get transformed. One experience is good enough for us to change our behavior. Give them one chance. We all will change how we need to talk to them when it comes to rivalry, asking for the things. And then also we need to tell them as well, right? Some of these things would be given based on the need, and needs would change as the time grows, right? Maybe for first grade kindergartner, it's a yes, you have a wish list, but the need is not there. But whenever your needs would change, we will have a conversation. You see how there is everything is open ended, right? We are not saying no to that. uh, as a parent, we are having those conversations. One, helping the kid to understand, at least they can write it up why they need to have. Next time before they ask, they go through that checklist by themselves and then they come back and then it becomes their lifelong practice. That's where, right, these kids, they won't spend the money unnecessarily. Even if if anybody gone through that kind of a practice when they are kids, even if you buy an expensive item, they really see the need. They don't go for brand. They don't go for luxury. They just see, is it really needed for me or not? And based on that, they come, mom, dad, I don't need this. You see how the change. Again, I don't want to go further. I think that's the perfect story. Yeah, the teaching need and use. Maybe we can use the same phone as a need and use, right? Between the high schooler versus kindergartner. Kindergartners don't need a phone. All right, perfect. Move on, master. Uh, yeah, this is heartfelt self conversations, right? When talking to kids, first we need to clean ourselves in the sense, am I in a mindful state even to talk to them? If I need time, yeah, let's go back. Even that could be, go for a walk, take a shower, come back in that relaxed state, having those conversations. I think some of these conversations for me, we have a deck of cards. Uh, I don't know who manufacture it. We pull the card, and each one of us get a question, right? What is the one thing you don't like in your parents? These are the real questions, and kids is going to really tell. But only one commitment, whatever happens, right? I use that information to change myself. That's my commitment in those conversations with my kids, right? And then they really tell, what is the one thing we need to change. It is such insightful, right? But I think it is the same time, uh, we can tell our story to them as well. One day we were playing it, and then I'm giving a real example, right? I'm not sharing the feedback that I received from the kids, but it's a worth for me to change. But there is a question. I was playing with the kid, and then the card says, "What is the one thing that you did today to help others?" That's the question. Again, the framing of the question could be different, but exactly the intent of it, right? What is the one thing that you did? That day, it happened to be I did something. But that's the time when I really tell to the kids, they realized, oh boy, that was the reason why when you went and then come back from the shopping, that packet is opened. And then they said, Dad, now you need to tell, right? So when I tell them, right, they see the compassion in me. I think for me, it's not me doing it, they recognizing it, me doing it. Oh, Dad did it. Oh, that's the reason why the packet is open, right? Use this, to tell the story of you did something, right? It's not for publicity, but it's for the values. Those things are such a minor things. In my case, it's very, very simple. I went to superstore. There are students are working at the counter, and then one girl at the counter, she was exhausted, and her head is boomerang. It's rotating, and then they were talking in Telugu language. I know Telugu in a way, right? But they don't know I know Telugu, right? But I listen to it. Uh, but I happen to have a coconut water. I am a Costco customer. I like a coconut water from Thailand. They sell it. Such a nice one. I enjoy it any time of the day. Uh, and The instinct in me tells Anil, go and then grab the coconut from the car, come here, give it, right? That's the intuition showed up to me. I did it. And then when I come home, my son saw that coconut packet, right? It's a pack of six. It opened. He was wondered, Dad, why this is opened? Okay, Kanna, I taken one, right? That's it. But when I really tell that, that's where they got connected, right? We need to use these stories to have these conversations where our own authenticity comes up from our act, and also we learn the feedback from them. Again, I make it as a little bit of fun on both sides, but there is a real insights you get it from your kids. Yeah, during the Christmas time, there are 6 or 7 kids with whom I'm playing it, right? One of the question it came, what is the one thing you don't like about your parents? And then one of the kids said, my parents are very good. When I don't listen to them, they take away everything, from me. All the things that were given to me, all of a sudden they become not lovable because as if their loving is based on the conditions. And when that kid said, all the 7 kids, yes, yes, yes. And you see how, as a parent, right? We give everything. When they don't listen, then we operate on the other way. Even some of the minor things, right? Other day, some parent is telling, take a shower immediately or not, whatnot. Yeah, some of those things. Always pay attention to that, right? We say unconditional love. Oh no, my kid, I love 100% all the time. Is it really true? When the kid doesn't do what you wanted to do, are you sure? Are you loving them unconditionally? If you are doing it, that's great. But yeah, but the stat doesn't say. The kids, when they answer, it feels 90% of the time parents failed. All right, moving on to the next one, Master. Yeah, nicknames for children and energy flow. I think there are many things I learned from all the masters, but this is something I learned from Ani Master. I think maybe a year back, I don't know when, uh, but I think it's long back, it feels to me. Mm. I actually saved my spouse name, phone number as my love of life. There is no name. It has my love of life, right? Lately, being traveling during the holidays and all, right? Even when the WhatsApp message comes, text comes, call comes, everybody able to see what's that, and then people doesn't know. But I think for me, that is how I wanted to recognize my wife. That doesn't mean I'm perfect and she's perfect. Who cares? I'm not looking for it. But that is the energy through which I wanted to respond to it, right? It's the name. It's the name. Why do we say Sri Rama, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, right? It's an energy, right? Even if we give the same, that lovely name to our kids, to our family members, it's an energy. Yeah, you need to change it to feel it. Yeah. Yeah, equality and anger management. What can I tell you? Equality, right? We are in a society where we love our parents, but we love our spouse, but we hate our spouse parents. And we want our kids to be respectful of everyone. How is it going to be possible? The kids going to observe everything that we do. Yeah, equality is right. I think Kush kind of touched on this as well. Respect the other person. It doesn't matter. Because other person is a human being, our respect is for that. There is a piece of God in me, piece of God in the other person. I'm giving a respect to that. When I say piece of God, I meant consciousness. It could be any animal, anything, yeah, not necessarily a human. That is the equality. If you start seeing, especially, oh no, my one kid, has a great grades, but not the other kid. Try to see, are there any biases, knowingly, unknowingly, we are having it. But if there is anything that we need to focus on the efforts, not the outcome. Not the outcome. Who cares? The effort gets us there. It's okay. Maybe we may not see it on the day one, but the effort is matters. That's the discipline. All right. Home environment and positive words. All of us in the working environment, right? How do we empower? What kind of the words do we use to empower others? For the same thing, right? We could have say, this way or that way. When we say this, that's the disempowering. When we say this, that's empowering. It doesn't matter what the action, what the outcome or the situation. Always choose empowerment. Actually, that's a service. What words to use when? And then what is the intent behind it, right? Yeah. Sorry, for me, everything is such a simple thing. Simple thing in the sense we know it at one level, but we don't practice it at another level. Or maybe we are not consciously recalling it, we need to do. That's where we need to bring an awareness first. And maybe you're all doing great on this. Try to find what is the next one for you in your family. Looking into, all these counseling, seeing the patterns and all, we have to make a change. If we don't do, our kids has to do it. There is no fun passing on, keeping the, stuff under the shelf, under the carpet. It's the time to act. If your parents or maybe, in your ancestral line, if there is an anger, take an action on the anger. Come out of it. That way your kids don't have to go through that. Yeah. All I'm asking is, right, from today's entire session, it's simple. Be the example. Make sure your kids see it while you are doing it. It takes time. That's okay. Maybe a month to see it, but do it consistently. You don't have to tell. You don't have to tell. I can tell my own story and then I can close it, right? I was in the school, boarding school from my sixth grade onwards. Holidays is where I spend time with my parents, traditionally 3 times a year, 4 times a year. But always some of those values helped me. And that's the day, when we enter into undergrad, we got the money in the hand. And we have 3, 4 roommates. Day two, day two of the undergrad year, and everyone has a cigarette in their hands. Everyone got the freedom, right? I have the cigarette in my hand. I'm not saying other kids are good or bad, but it's my experience, right? I have a cigarette. I bring it here, somebody lighten it up. Something stopped me. Something in me stopped. And that's exactly the values that Kush talked about it. For me, I do not see a value of that. And I did not touch any time, but my other 3 best buddies are the smokers. And then they are the best with everything what they do. But when it comes to cigarette, right, I did stop it. I did not enter, but they do. So the point I wanted to make is, right, showcase those values in front of the kids, why we did it, right? And that takes them to the next level for them. It is the blessing through which they carry their life. That's all I have, Master. I mean, if we have time, we can talk about it, few more stories. But I think, yeah, it's not about talking right now.
Yeah.
It's about
Yeah.
actually instilling these things into each one of our lives.
Jai Hanuman, friends, if you have any questions, please raise your hands. Anil Master is here to answer your questions.
All right, Masters, I know it's 10. If nothing, oh, yeah, go ahead.
Sweta Chikoti garu, please unmute. Yeah. Go ahead. We cannot hear you, Andy. Can you be a little louder?
When we are telling in a soft way, even though they didn't listen, sometimes we need to raise our voice. How is it okay, or how to manage that?
Yeah, I think when it comes to raising the voice, right, there are three kinds of the voice. Not the raising the voice, or maybe the energy behind it. One is a rage, for lack of better term, I call it as a dark anger. Other one, dark anger, how to do something, right? Hitting. When I say hitting, I meant not really hitting anything, but for indication, I have to do. Other one is a medium, the one that we wanted to use the white. We only showcase it to set the boundaries, but it's not really, an anger to it. Sometimes we have to use it to set the boundaries to the level. And the second thing is, right, we need to make them kids accountable. It's a journey. The sooner we start, the better. Accountable means they have to take care of, if the kid is going to school, they have to get up in the morning, set an alarm and then start doing it. We will support them. But use the voice not with the anger, but to get their attention, to pass the message, master. But how do you know when we do that? After you do it, you don't feel anything. Anger, when anybody get an anger, they feel it somewhere in the body, especially at the tummy level, uh, at the navel button level, we feel it, right? But when we have that white anger, right, it's not an anger. Anger is not the right word. When we raise our voice to get an attention, it doesn't feel it. I think yeah, you see, when you want to raise the voice, try to go that level, not really on the other side of it, which loses your energy. Master, we aren't able to hear you. Go ahead now.
Did you get your question answered? Okay, she muted herself. If there are any questions, please raise your hands. Otherwise, we'll go with the testimonial of Sirisha Malladi garu.
And also to the continuation answer to the previous question, explaining to the kid why you want him or her to do what you wanted him to do or her to do. If you don't explain, and if you just push them to do what you want to do, he won't do it. Because if I say, don't jump on the sofa, he won't stop jumping the sofa, because he doesn't care when you say don't jump. But when you go sit with him after jumping and explain, there are springs and there is a sponge attached to it. Whenever you're jumping, it is disconnecting with the sponge. So whenever mommy sits, she gets the back pain, or when you sit also, you feel the lower back or the back. We will hurt our body by jumping. You just say that and leave him alone. Don't say don't jump. Definitely he won't jump again, and he won't allow his friends to jump. I experienced with my kids on that. So anything, you explain the consequences, you explain, but don't tell him what to do. That is the whole class here. Don't say no, don't tell them don't do it. That is what Kush said, Anil sir said, I said, Sri Lakshmi Master said. Everyone told you guys, do not say no. But that is, you are all habituated to say, the minute you see something, don't do it, or you're doing it. No. My husband is saying, don't say that to husband also. Same thing, please. Actually, in the morning class, I did told them, whatever you are implementing on the kids, implement on the husband too. So don't forget, friends, implement on the husband too. That is what my husband is making me to explain you guys. So don't say no to your kids or husband. Everyone is sending the love energies. So we know these actually teaching on Monday. So everyone is ready for that. So how cardiologist raised his kids?
Comedy lesson.
Comedy lessons. Yeah, go ahead, Anil sir.
No, I'm good, Master. Thank you for adding that to why.
Thank you, Anil Master. Yeah, Sirisha Garu, can you go ahead?
Anil
One
Master.
second, Amma.
Anil
Yeah.
Master,
Yeah, Anil.
I was listening from distantly from Kosh, and then after that from you. And in between listening to you for a second, I made some soft comment about you. The comment to Ani was, ఈ మాస్టర్కి ఎప్పుడన్నా కోపం వస్తుందో లైఫ్ లో రాదో అని.
Yeah, I think that's the question to my
చెప్పాను.
spouse, Master.
So then my wife told, I think that question should go to Anil Master's wife, right?
Yeah,
So
I think since you asked, I think I saw different me reacted during the Christmas holidays while driving back, and that put me into a situation. I continue to work on it. I think I love my daughter so much, but that day I showcase
last
my anger to her, and that was the worst feeling. I don't want to deal with it rest of my life. So what that mean is, yes, I got last year, and 3 of my family members witnessed it. Oh boy, it's such a not a
it
nice one.
happens in a driving in the car, right?
Yeah, driving in the car, new
A big city.
roads, and kids are asking
that
this
is
or that.
that is one exception. I may even talk about it tomorrow. I'll keep it for tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's where all these meditation rules, raising your kids, patience, all those things come into that car on the road, and dad's level of thinking and mothers thinking in a different direction, and the grown-up kids, even it gets worse when you have a teenagers, or if they started driving and they're 16 to 20, their reflexes are really good. They can maneuver the car, but you are thinking, oh, with my experience, 30 years, I did not do an accident, so I am better than you. They are like, you don't need to make that kind of extra caution on the road. You can go, keep going, right? So these conversations will slowly lead to a little bit of pressure cooker inside the car. And the highest level of meditation you learn when your kids learn the car and they go to college, you haven't got out of the car or you did say something bad to your car, you are a true meditator. So
Yeah, there you go.
the safety comes into the picture, lot on dad's mind. And depending on the day, whether you worked that day or it was an easy day for you, so many things. And the little ones, if the little ones may be nice in the car, if it's the little grown-up ones telling you how to drive. So it's life is never boring.
Yeah,
Especially,
true.
yeah, it's never boring. It's always going to be, the kids never leave the house. They go to college. They did not leave the house. So it's never an empty house. It's always a full house. They'll call you on a Zoom. They'll call you on the phone. So
Yeah.
these interactive lectures. So I was listening to most 90% of your lecture today. You maintain such a cool calm and delivering your message to all the audience. It's wonderful to watch, and great job helping Way to Moksha team going to the next level. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. Thank you, Master. We look forward to Monday. I
Okay.
think my next thing is, oh, by the way, those things have happened. It realizes it, I'm no different than anyone else, right? For me, I use it as an anchor, how to work through me, asking the kids, hey, do you think what should I do? I mean, not that I know I need to work on, but they have their point. Dad, when that happened, you just, park the car there. Why do you think too much? I think that's what my little one said. Yeah, I should have done it, but I did not do right. But I did take their feedback, which brings, which caused them right. They did helping me. So for me, making a mistake, not a mistake, that experience, it's taking the family help to course correct it. For me, yeah, they are part of it to help me as well. Anyway, yeah, these are the real things. Whatever I said, it happened
So
in the
your
Christmas.
experience actually, exactly, you put your experience on ChatGPT, how to handle it. It has, even in an emotional way, it answers you what is the best way to handle that situation. Recently, I'm putting like some little bit of mini family scenarios in the ChatGPT, asking how should I handle this scenario. Great answers there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Anil Master, for your wonderful insights. Thank you.
It's going to be way to ChatGPT.
Welcome, Sirisha Malladi garu. Yeah, please go ahead with your testimony.
Thank you. Jai Hanuman, everyone. This is Sirisha. Firstly, I would like to thank Hanuma and Anuma for giving me this opportunity. So, to start with, I have been following Vetu Moksha for like an year or so. So, initially, I can explain my life in this way, like before Vetu Moksha and after Vetu Moksha. So, it has turned in that way, actually. So, when it comes to raising kids, though actually I'm a mother of two kids. My elder one is 12 years. She's 12 years old, and my younger one is 9 years old. So initially it used to be, I used to think like raising kids is a different subject. It's like altogether as a psychological subject. That's how I used to think, because I used to fight for everything. Like I used to, I mean, to make them understand the things, I used different ways. I used to use different ways, like they call it, right? Samadhana, Beda Dandopayalu. I used to try with all of these. And like after listening to Anuma's classes, actually, what I felt is it's actually a really easy subject to take care of kids. That's what I understood. So actually we need not involve much. That's what I understood. So we need not involve much, get into their lives, like that, right? And also there is a movie in Telugu as well, we call Bommarillu. So even there, they used to explain similar kind of situation. There, the father leads the son's life, something like that. I used to be. Then I realized, okay, like maybe I felt like I'm involving too much into their life, and I'm not letting them live their life. That's what I thought. And also, like I have been going to all the retreats, and even like we just go together as a family. So sometimes they do meditation, but sometimes they just run around and play. I felt like they were not listening to the classes, like they never heard of anything. But looks like after coming back home, or after I get into any of the situation, then I used to realize that they're listening actually. Like we think that they won't listen, but actually they do listen. They do observe everything, they do listen, and everything will be registered in their minds, is what I understood. So maybe I felt like we shouldn't treat kids like kids. Actually, they are definitely higher souls for sure. So, and they do have a lot of observative skills, capability to analyze the things and all that stuff. So I'll just take one example, what changes I have seen in my kids. So when I started changing the approach, as in if I have to share something to them, so as in if I wanted them to listen something, like for example, in my daughter's case, she is not into eating so much as in healthy food. She always eat junk food and all. So I used to say, I'll stop buying, I'll not buy them for you and all. I used to say in that way. So after understanding how I should talk to them, so I changed my approach a little bit. So I started explaining them about all the vitamins, minerals, what do you need every day. See, you need vitamin D, calcium, and all that stuff. I used to explain that. So now, like, then they realized, okay, what are we getting from this food? So if we have to, I mean, if we want to get real energy, so we need to eat healthy stuff, right? Something like that. So the way I explain things got changed. So always Hanuma says, right, like first parents should change. So the way we handle things should change. So definitely we also will see what we need. I mean, kids will be following us actually. So that's kind of a vague, very vague experience that I had. And coming to the retreat part, retreats actually helped me a lot. As in, sometimes what I feel is they won't directly listen to the parents. Like if we say something, So they sometimes they feel like, oh, you're saying something, some nonsense like that. They think in that way. But when they hear the same thing from others, then their brain starts working. Uh, so then they'll listen. Okay, so they'll do some analysis on that, and they themselves will come up. Hey, like this is not something right that I'm doing. In some cases, all the time I cannot make them sit and listen to the classes or share the video. Sometimes, not all the time it happens actually, because it might or might not be possible. If I have to say something, and this is one of the tricks that I follow, if they are really stubborn and if I wanted them to do something which is really right thing to do, so what I normally do is, I'll try to create a story, like some XYZ person is doing something like this. So I'll just ask their opinion. Do you think it's the right thing to do? I'll just ask them that question. So then say, oh, no, 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 this is not a right thing to do, is what they'll definitely say. Then I'll just start saying that. Like, first, I'll bring them into my energy. Like, I'll just make them first come to my mindset first. Like, I'll tune them first, and then I'll start explaining things to them. So that trick, I feel that definitely worked. Initially, I wasn't knowing it. Like all the time, I used to follow some old book techniques. Like old school methodologies will be there, right? You just you put whatever you have in your mind on them, something like that. So, but when I changed that and when I tuned them, then I felt like, then they started listening to the things. Then they started using their mind. Then they started deciding right and wrong things. What is right and what is wrong. So as a parent, that's what I thought. Maybe every time we shouldn't be there in their life, not all the time. So we should give them a chance to select what is good and what is bad. So if we can just give that kind of knowledge, that would be really helpful, is what I feel. And these things I got to know definitely from Anuma's teachings. I'm like really grateful to her. I still can't imagine, like, what if I never knew about all these things. So now I feel like, yeah, these teachings will be helpful for my kids, for me raising the kids, and also for my grandchildren. So, and also nowadays, what happens now, I wanted my daughter to understand what Sharanagati is. So it was like they initially felt it's a complicated concept. Then I just took them to a movie called the Narasimha movie that recently got released, right? So I just took them without saying anything. I just took them, hey, it's a nice cartoon movie, let's enjoy it. I just took them. So there they have seen how Prahalada was doing. Like he's always into Sharanagati mode. Like though the own father tries to kill, so then like he will be in a Sharanagati mode. So then they realized, okay, this is what Sharanagati is, like that. Sometimes I felt like visualizations or picturizations sometimes do help them. So I started drawing pictures and helping them understand. That is one of the technique that I followed. And apart from that, now I also started explaining my dreams. Like I started this morning, I was discussing my dream with my kids. So I was very happy this morning thinking that, oh, I just passed it. So then after discussing with my kids, I myself got some questions. Oh, is it really a right thing that I have done? Or is there something better I can do? So they have different perspective. The way they see things is very different, and that made sense to me. So that's how I started teaching them now, like explaining my dreams. This is something good, this is something bad that you need to do, something like that. So definitely thank you so much to Anuma and Way to Moksha for giving me this opportunity. So we all are learning so well actually in terms of parenting. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.